Howdy, howdy. Zoo Devil here, and welcome to just kind of a quick little miscellaneous video exploring a couple quick bits about miners and our miners with blasting charges and using them more effectively, and a little bit on formations. I'll just do a quick few tests, but I was running some tests with Soulhammer, and we were actually doing some he was helping me train for an upcoming tournament, and I noticed a few things on formations he and I did together, so we'll go over that. But first I want to talk about miners with blasting charges. So I'm just going to start this battle, and we'll talk about the formation that you put them in. The important thing to note is that you'll see when these black orcs come in how many rows actually throw their blasting charges. So we'll start that battle, and we watch very closely. It'll only be the first 3 rows right there throwing their blasting charges. So there will be some more blasting charges coming, but you can see the black orcs are, see the first 3 rows again, the black orcs get there. So we've taken the black orcs from 7,600 health, or sort of down from 8,100 to 7,600. So kind of in that 500 health range. So if we go to, we'll do this again, and we'll line them up in just 3 rows, and see if we can take off more than 500 health by arranging our miners with blasting charges into only 3 rows. Now this is something that's probably not that critical, because I know most people string their units out to defend against ranged units, because that's the best way to do it. But just for curiosity's sake, we will arrange them into 3 rows as precisely as I can, and we will watch this same battle start again. So now all of my rows should throw their blasting charges when the black orcs get into range. Well, it looks like these guys actually didn't, for whatever reason. And there they go. So now we've actually gotten rid of all of our blasting charges, and we don't have any left, and we have now taken, we were at 7,600, maybe an extra 100 health off. This is probably not the best unit because they're very well armored, but basically 8,100 to 7,500, so we're looking at about 600 instead of 500. But just something worth noting that it looks like 3 rows on your miners with blasting charges, and I would assume iron breakers will do the same thing. You'll get your blasting charges off much earlier, and you'll get all of them off, and then your miners with blasting charges can go and do something else. And same with your iron breakers, they'll get more of their blasting charges off early. So the second test I wanted to do, which is something worth noting, especially for the Dowie, is to do with formations. So rematch. So when it comes to formations, usually you string out all your units, and one of the things the Dowie don't have is a very good charge bonus. Now you do want to string out your units fairly wide, usually to defend from artillery and this sort of thing. But because the Dowie don't have a good charge bonus, I'm just going to string this unit out and engage fully a unit with a very good charge bonus. Well, very good at 30, and the black orcs, and we'll just time how long it takes for this battle to end, and then we'll put them in a different formation, and again time how long the battle actually takes. So we'll get this fast forwarding just to demonstrate a little trick you can do to keep your Dowie lasting a little bit longer. So of course the black orcs are going to win in either case. But if you go with a very narrow stance, so we go there, we're at 58.25. Remember that 58.25. We'd expect to go a little longer if we do a narrow formation. You know, maybe we get an extra 10 seconds, maybe we get extra 30 seconds, but we'll look at a 58.25 is where we were. So we'll concede the defeat and we rematch. And I think at some point I might actually look at putting a gold value on the depth of formation for your defensive units, just out of curiosity's sake, to see how to maximize the reduction of your gold loss per minute when you're up against a superior unit. So just for interest's sake, I'm going to do a very narrow formation. You wouldn't necessarily line up like that, but we're just going to do it to demonstrate the difference. We are at 58-25 up here at the end of the battle, and we'll see if we can surpass that with a fairly narrow formation. So again, we're definitely going to lose against the Black Orcs, but hopefully we can last a little bit longer than 58-25. So we're already getting really close to surpassing it. We're still going to lose badly, but we might be able to use our weaker units, there we go, 58-15, to get a little more time against a stronger unit. And often that's what your weaker units are used for anyways, just to hold the line. We're already almost a minute longer with a very, very weak unit in the Dwarf Warriors. I mean, we're not a weak unit, but so 57-06. So we got basically a minute 20 seconds extra from 58-05. So it'll actually turn out to be almost double the time defending against a very strong unit like Black Orcs with quite a narrow formation. So not an easy thing to do in the middle of a battle, reforming units to make them narrow, but you're definitely better to, when you have a weaker unit that is just meant to hold, like a Dwarf Warrior, or perhaps even a Longbeard up against the Black Orcs, if you want to hold them in place for as long as possible, quickly narrowing up those units that you can see coming in, instead of being as wide as possible and then charging, will definitely buy you some time and reduce the effect of their charge bonus off the get. So two kind of little miscellaneous things, 3 rows for your blasting charges and a little just formation stuff. I know they're both, I think they're both intuitive, and I saw a nice little video by Heir of Carthage doing something similar. He did a lot of formation testing. At some point I may put a gold value on this to analyze it a little deeper, but just for those who are curious, I thought that was kind of a neat little thing I wanted to demonstrate and share with you that you can use in your own battles. Definitely, if you liked it, like the video, subscribe. Definitely want to hear comments if you've played with formations of your own and found anything interesting in that. I would really love to hear it. Alright, with that said, I will see you soon.